Hey everyone! So, on my Facebook and Twitter, I announced that I would be taking questions for an AMA, and I'd figure I'd start doing this little series, hopefully fairly often. If you don't see your question here, it'll likely be in the next one or another one at some point. If it's not included at all, it's because either someone else asked it or it's, well, too weird. Anyway, let's get to it. What's your favorite part about being in this fandom? Oh, and hey, long time no speak. Text me sometime, love to catch up. I guess it's how we share our passion of the show together in our own ways and the friendships we form from that. For example, the show inspires me to write and make music, and I met others who are inspired by the show in the same way, and we love hearing and sharing each other's work, and even giving each other feedback on how we can be better. Everyone uses their love for the show to create things or express themselves, and we do those things together. Hope that answers the question. I have a two-part question. What is your favorite song to write, and is there a song you want to make a cover on? Off the top of my head, my favorite song of mine to write was probably Home Is Where Your Friends Are. Surprisingly enough, it felt fairly natural to write from a lyrical standpoint. I came up with the chord progression and the chord voicing when I was just jamming with some friends at Everfree one year, and it really stuck with me. I knew I could make something epic and uplifting with it. In terms of a song to cover, I would definitely want to do Waving Through a Window from the musical Dear Evan Hansen. I sang that once with an instrumental online, and I'd really like to collab with someone a little better at electronic music production than I am, and possibly make our own little version. Best pony? Now, are you asking for my opinion, or who is objectively the best pony? Because the answer to both is Rainbow Dash. Are you self-taught, or did you have any type of music teachers? Really, the answer is both. I had people teach me at points, whether they were my dad, my uncle, or actual instructors, but you'd be surprised what you learn from just messing around on your own. I think learning an instrument requires both. Very few musicians are completely self-taught. Mozart mastered the violin at 4 years old, but even he had an instructor show him a thing or two. Top 5 favorite VSTs or plugins? Okay, so this is a fairly technical question, and I don't want to bore you people who know nothing about audio, so feel free to skip to here if you're not interested. So as of now, I use pretty much just AU plugins, because I still produce in Logic Pro, which is only Mac compatible, and Macs are made by Apple, and Apple is stupid. But in no particular order, my favorite plugins are, first, the Lapoo Amp Sims, because you can get some pretty cool heavy tones, and not to mention it's free, which is probably the best part. The Logic Pro Stock EQ, which I think rivals even analog EQs in professional studios I've been in. The Klinghelm MJUC Jr., because there's only like 3 buttons, and literally any setting does a good job. The best compressors are the ones with no more than 4 buttons. The Cakewalk CA2 compressor, because it emulates my favorite hardware compressor, the LA2. And finally, the Apex Haas, because it really helps cut corners when you want to do a cool Haas effect. How long have you been playing guitar? I started messing around at about 12 or 13 and had my dad show me some stuff at the time, but I don't think I got totally serious with it until I was about 14 or 15, like right when I was starting high school. That's when I would bring it to school pretty often and practice like any second I could. If pizza was outlawed, would you join the riots? Would I join the riots? I'd probably be one of the leaders of the rebellion. We would march down the streets with our pizza cutters and... Okay, on second thought, I'm not the most violent person. I would probably send Congress a really strongly worded letter telling them that the legislation made me a little bit upset and what I think they can do differently. That always works, right? Alright everyone, I think I'm going to stop it right there. I think I would prefer to keep AMA or Q&A videos kind of short, like below 5 minutes, because I think the first one I did was like 10 minutes, and looking back, it was probably incredibly boring. But don't worry, there's going to be more of these in the works. If there's anything you want to know about me, go ahead and ask in the comments, or you could follow me on my Twitter and Facebook. Thank you all very much. Have a good one.